Welcome back to q4u. Tonight we are here with Stephen Scher of Smiles Through the Pain to talk about LGMD awareness.
Yep.
So where did we leave off last time with the wheelchair?
Yeah, we were speaking on similarities between, um, not similarities, but the difference between a person who is paralyzed and no longer has the feeling in their legs versus a person that has them and can't use them. That's where we were at.
Yeah.
Why is this on my screen?
Now click on it over to the side.
Hmm?
I done that once. You got to click on it over there on the side
Oh, snap.
in the comment.
All right, full screen. Oh, there it goes. There it is.
Hello, Luke.
Oh, Luke's watching?
Luke's watching.
Why
He's always
doesn't he
watching, but he's
join in?
never here.
We've already got 3 viewers already. Awesome.
Jared Price rocking the bracelet. Awesome.
Huh?
Price family's rocking the bracelet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and they got their decal the other day too, I think, in the mail.
Awesome. Welcome back. So yeah, we were talking about that, and the differences between it are amazing
What's
because
up,
as we
Art
covered,
21 and the bracelet wearing Price family?
the differences between being able to reach down and pick up the 30-pound child between I'm always watching you between somebody with limb girdle muscular dystrophy and somebody with just a disability, as you were discussing, is hello Ohio 1983. How are you?
It's something to think
It's
about.
amazing.
It's really something to think about. You know, it makes it something to think about because a person who no longer has the limbs are useless at that point.
Yeah.
You know, and they have no feelings. They can fall and break their leg in 20 places. They never know it.
Are
Versus,
you We have another person with muscular dystrophy
who?
in my chat right now, Ohio 1983.
No shit.
Do what?
Get her on the show.
Yeah, if you would like to join us right now, Steven's daughter has a rare case. What is it?
Subtype 2N.
Subtype 2N
Yeah, subtype 2N.
is what he has, and we spread awareness on our show every Sunday and Monday. Becker's muscular is what you have.
Deshanes?
Yeah. Do what?
She said it was Deshanes.
Shane's.
What'd she say it was?
Becker's.
Becker's muscular?
45 and 51 were missing. Yeah, we would love to get you on the show. I mean, I was talking to you about coming onto the show anyway. Yeah, we'd love to get you on for this as well, because what we try to do is bring awareness to LGMD, limb girdle muscular dystrophy. We try to bring awareness to all different types and to genetic testing. So
Yes,
we
sir.
would love to get you on the show and help get your story out there as well, because this is something that more people need to know about.
Do they
I
want
feel
to
in
join now is the question.
do what?
The next question is, do they want to join now or set another date?
Yeah, if you want to join now, that's fine. Send us your email. If you would like to join at another day, then we can do that also. It's like you can.
Art just said through the YouTube comments, most disabilities do not show on the outside, and most people hide their pain. Very true. Very true.
She says it's like douching, but not as severe.
Got you. I still sit with her, just to kind of get a grasp on other types and subtypes. You know.
Yeah. We would really like to hear your story on here, Miss Snicker Punch. Robert, did you see the tumbler I made from it to Kayla? No, I have not.
Oh, it's pretty awesome. It's
Hello,
pretty awesome.
Christy.
Those tumblers are awesome.
Oh, Swan, that's awesome. Thank you. Christy's looking at your Etsy page right now.
Because I also want an ornament.
Because she also wants an ornament. So my money is slowly depreciating as we speak.
Just keep that podcast going.
Yeah, we need to start getting money from this podcast. So we can funnel it all to you.
No, I meant the longer your podcast is, the more shopping I'm doing over here.
Oh.
I'm out.
And that's it for tonight.
I'll be me, you be you. Now I gotta go check my pockets. Oh snap! That's funny.
Christy's shopping on your Etsy page right now. And she said the longer that I keep podcasting, the more shopping she will do.
I'll keep him on here, Chris. See, I got him.
All right, thank you.
Ohio says, my one daughter is deaf also with a rare genetic condition on top of that. Wow, my heart goes out to you, really does.
What condition?
What condition does she have? The same one? Ms. RJ should have a shopping haul podcast. Shut up, Luke.
Art said Miss RJ should have a shopping haul podcast.
Yeah.
That's funny. That is funny.
With the custom fleece blanket listing made? Yes. Yes, and the other is rare. They said they couldn't give me much information. Oh my god. That's one of our guests on our podcast. Go look up at our podcast. It was the one with Jill. I'm the carrier of Becker's and passed it on to 3 of 4 kids.
Mm.
Yeah.
She came in with Jill? You said she came in with Jill?
No, I was saying that if she would go back and look at our podcast with Jill, Jill said that it took her 12 years to find out her direct diagnosis.
What's up, Jared? She'll be sponsored by the stores. That's funny.
Right? I guess we could get rid of Mando night and put Christie's shopping haul night in there.
Yeah, right. What's up, Jared? I see you.
Did the genetic test and had no clue until the 3rd child. Oh my god.
Art
And
said
that's
Thursday.
what.
Art said
And that's
Thursday.
what.
Luke said Thursday. It's in. Done.
And that's what we talk about a lot, is because muscular dystrophy is an orphan disease all in itself, not to mention the specific types of it are so rare that they don't put funding into it anymore. So we try to bring awareness to the fact of that. And Steven's nonprofit is Smiles Through the Pain for Michaela, his 14-year-old daughter who has that rare condition. She is the 13th person diagnosed with it. And she's had it for 2 years, right?
No, she's had it since birth. We got the diagnosis 2 years ago.
She got the diagnosis 2 years ago.
But she's verified as having it since birth.
The listing is posted as custom fleece blanket.
Okay. 6 people have that Michaela Strong Christmas ornament in their shopping carts right now.
Awesome. They have programs for kids here in Ohio.
Oh, she makes a Grinch ornament, babe. Merry Grinchmas.
Hey, the first thing you need to buy, Christy, is a shovel so he can dig his own grave.
I blame this on all of you guys.
Well, hey, bro, I didn't know you were such a Christian.
And I do everything in my power to make Christmas.
Right now, bro. Right now,
make a dent.
Your pocket's like the Bible. They holy as hell.
Ohio says we visit nationwide in Ohio once a year.
What happened now? I missed
She
it.
said they visit nationwide in Ohio once a year.
Nationwide. I don't know what that is.
What is nationwide?
Who visits?
Ohio. She's killing me on Christmas. Swan Creations Designs is apparently fixing to blow up. I'm glad I could support you, Swan. I'm glad I'm there for you.
My dinosaur just leveled up to 2.
So,
Do what?
My dinosaur is 2 levels now.
Oh, Nationwide Children's Hospital in Ohio. They visit it yearly.
Okay. We deal with Levine's here in Charlotte and the MDA clinics. Even though they are not.
Everything is 40% off today, too. Stop talking, Swan. I'm fixing to mute you.
What's up, Jared? You never answered me back. You said, yo, Steven, and I never got a reply. I might be watching. I think it's just Luke watching right now. But yeah, back to what we were discussing about, like the differences. It's hard to fathom. I mean, when you think about loss of muscle use to where you can't use a limb, but to a limited amount, versus total loss where it's like it doesn't even exist. I mean, you see it's there, you know you can't use it. Wherein is in like Michaela's situation, she sees her legs there. She knows she can use them, but she can't do what she wants to do with them because her muscles won't allow it, you know.
Luke, jump over in my live. Yeah, and that's got to be one of the worst feelings in the world, man. Just to see it, know it's there, but not be able to do anything with it. It'd be like dying of thirst while there's a glass of water sitting 3 feet from you and your legs trapped.
Yeah, literally.
I hope you get it tomorrow. It actually should have been there by Saturday. So yeah, it's amazing to me that stuff like this is happening. And like I said, I was completely unaware of this as of how long have we been talking, buddy? Like 3 weeks now?
Yeah, 3 weeks, a month, somewhere around there.
Yeah. Around 3 weeks to a month ago, I was completely unaware of all this. And every day I'm learning more and more about this stuff. And every day it's just as shocking as the next because, wow, you know.
It's mind-blowing the information you find out, you know. I mean, it makes you want to dig a little deeper.
Yeah.
Like, it literally makes you want to dig a little deeper because every day you overturn that new stone over with a new piece of information. Like, oh, wow, look at this. Now I add this to the conglomerate of information I've already obtained. And it, like I said, sometimes literally, dude, it gets overwhelming. The information, like, because you learn new things and then you look at all these other muscular dystrophy as a whole types. And then you look at like my daughter's situation where it affects the mental, it affects the heart, it affects the not just doing the hands, not just the arms and the legs, you know, and it makes you wonder, well, what other attribute is it going to take on next?
Yeah.
You know, because it's so rare and nobody knows hardly anything about it. You know, there's always that question up in the air about what's next. You know, what's going to happen next? What obstacle are we going to have to try and hurdle next that's going to come down that pipeline, you know, and it makes it, I don't know, what's a good word for it? Not a game of chance, more or less a game of, it's like a game of Jeopardy, for lack of better words, because you've got the sole subject, the topic, which is muscular dystrophy, but then you've got 8 categories of different answers for different things, you know, and then some of these answers coincide and interact with these other things, and it makes you wonder if it's all really tied together. It's one big picture.
Yeah.
That's where it gets kind of weird. Not necessarily weird, but it makes you almost not want to look for information, but at the same time, you feel like you got to. As a parent in mine and Megan's situation, we feel like it's an obligation for us to learn these things so that we can identify them as they come, you know?
Yeah. Ohio 1983. Art for anyone there is my co-host on the podcast most nights. Shoot him a message sometime and let him know, and we would love to get you on here.
Yeah, especially on Sunday and Monday when it's a LGMD awareness night.
Yeah, for both topics, the LGMD awareness and the other thing you do.
You know, so that would.
She said, "Yes, I hate looking, knowing the end for us may be close as an adult."
Do what now?
She said, "Yes, I hate looking, knowing the end for us may be close as an adult."
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I got so many questions I want to ask her, like concerning that particular type.
Yeah. Like, I don't know anything about that type.
I don't know much of it either. But if it's like Duchenne's or however you say it, if it's similar to that, then it's one of the more popular types. But could also
sent your email. Do you want on tonight? Ohio 1983.
Do what?
She said she sent her email. I'm seeing if she wants on tonight.
Yeah, get her on. Get her on. Have her click the link till I'll pull her in. I do have some questions.
Did you send your email to my DM? Baby, will you bring me the backup phone? Mm-hmm. We get quite a few. We're up to 32 subscribers now on the podcast.
I got you 3 today. I got you 3 today.
Riley's phone?
Yeah. Yeah, he got me 3 today. We're up to 428 views total, and we've been on this channel for about 2.5, 3 weeks now.
Yeah, 2.5, 3 weeks, something around there.
What do I do for a living? I am a rancher. I used to be a millwright. What time? Do you want to come on right now? I mean, we can get you on right now.
Yeah, so we're not going to be on all night.
Yeah, you don't have to have a download or anything. We will send you a link to your email, and all you do is click that email.
Type your name
the link in the email. Put your name in, and you'll pop right up on the screen with us here.
I'll pull you in the studio.
And it will pull you in, and okay, yeah. You can even use your phone, I think.
Yeah, she can use her phone. You don't have to have a computer. You only have to have the computer for hosting.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, do that. Okay. I am opening my TikTok up. I'll get your email, and I will send it to Steven.
You can't share. You can't invite from your end?
No.
Okay.
I'll send it to you in the private chat when I get it, though.
All right.
Because I can't even comment.
Yeah, you can message me as the host separately.
Yeah.
Do you not have the link, Robert?
Not yet, no.
Here, I'll give you the link. That way you ain't got to go through all that stuff.
Oh,
And
no, I do have it.
Yeah, you should, because you signed on.
Yeah. It's right here. Duh. Trying to find it here, though. Trying to find her email. Because I think did you already log off, or are you still here? If you're still here, I'll just put the link in where you can see it. I had it pulled up here. This phone's a piece of crap. That's why I don't use it. All right, I'm sending it to you in the private chat, buddy.
Huh?
I sent it to you in the private chat.
Hey, Brittany. Okay, I got it. Let me see.
Swan, she said that's done, so I guess she ordered the blanket.
I just put q4u logo. I will have RJ send it to you.
Okay. She's put q4u logo. She'll have me send it to you.
Copy. Invite.
Miracle Hope said, hey, tell Steven I said he should make a blanket.
Everybody loves the blanket.
How am I going to make a blanket? I don't do arts and crafts.
Get a hold of Swan Designs right there in the chat, and she can make you a blanket if you want one for Smiles with the Pain. She has their logo and design already. She can hook you up. We are doing good this evening, Brittany Winkle.
Oh, I'm trying to send her that now.
Got the order. What? What's funny?
There's nothing. If it's this thing, I shared us on this.
Okay.
If this, she wants the D. D is for diesel.
Look at that, Swan. You're making more money off my live than you did on yours.
Yeah.
Well, I want some ornaments too, but
Christy wants some ornaments too, but that'll be at a later date. She's not spending all my money today. All of our money today.
I really want one of those Grinch ornaments, but it says that she only has one left.
And she really wants a Grinch ornament, but it says you only have one left.
Right.
Do you want her number just to call her? Because, you
I
know.
got it. Yeah, I'll send her the link.
You can just work this out. I want a Michaela ornament, and I want
Link
her
is,
green green.
Yes, Mom, I am aware of that. Yay.
just waiting for her to pop in. Huh?
Dude, that is awesome. Go to her Etsy page.
Leaning forwards.
We don't have the money on our PayPal right now. We can put it on there, what, tomorrow?
Or yeah.
Yeah.
If there's no ice.
Yeah, if there's not ice everywhere.
But by Friday, at the latest, this weekend.
Yeah, definitely by this weekend. If you still have it.
Yeah, she doesn't have to hold it.
Don't hold it for us.
I mean, if she can sell it, sell it. Or I can find something else.
Yeah, she takes PayPal on her Etsy page. Swan Creation Design,
Let
just like
Rachel
in
know I
Lincoln.
sent that link.
She is not in here anymore.
She might be trying to sign in then.
Yeah.
It's possible.
What were you talking about me for?
What?
I heard you keep saying my name in the mirror.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Hello.
Hello. I'm trying to figure out how to work this thing.
Yeah, I just hit the cam button and cut your camera on, and you'll be good to go.
All right. Oh yeah, I'm like looking at it. Cam.
There you are.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome.
Thanks for
welcome.
joining.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. So
I know Steven has some questions for you.
yes, I'm gonna grill you.
Sure.
First night on the show, I'm gonna grill you. So, like I said, like he was saying, our daughter is diagnosed with subtype 2N LGMD. She's number 13 in the world. It's very, very rare. There is no cure, or you probably know that as of yet. What are the similarities between, if you know anything about 2N, and what you have?
I'm sorry.
The similarities, if you're familiar with 2N, I'm not sure if you are or not. What are the similarities between the type that you have and like subtype 2A or 2N or something like that?
I'm not too familiar with all of them, so I'm more familiar with the Duchenne's and Becker's. So that's what I know about, more or less.
Okay, so explain to me about Becker's. How did you find out about it? And I understand you got genetically tested to find out that you had it. That not only you were a carrier, but you had it.
Yeah, I had no idea until my third was born. And
turn your microphone up just a little bit, if you will, please.
Let's see if I can. Can you hear me now?
Look at the cam mic. Hit the cam mic.
Cam mic. Okay.
Yeah, hit the cam mic. Go to
Clear
audio. And down at the bottom, it'll say mic volume.
Mic volume. There's the microphone. Oh. Let's see. Automatically adjust mic. It's not letting me adjust.
Is it not at the very bottom?
No,
Says
it
adjust
just says
microphone?
iPhone microphone. Let me see if I move to like the other side of the room.
Hey, maybe.
Are you around that doll?
What'd you say?
I said, are you around that doll?
No, not that one tonight.
Okay, so
Thank you.
basically what I'm asking is like, what were the symptoms that led you to getting tested for it?
Well, he was 4 or 3.5 at the time, and he was like clumsy, running into things. He was delayed in everything. So, and so was
So
I as a child.
that's how you found out that you had it, by him getting tested and finding out. Then you got tested afterwards.
Yeah, he got tested first, and then I got tested, and then my other children got tested.
I got you. Well, what are the signs and symptoms of that to have him get tested? What were some tells as far as what was going on with how he moved or whatever?
Let's see. He was clumsy as can be. Like, and then the hands, the coordination part wasn't there.
Yeah, that's kind of similar. Was Michaela very, very clumsy when she was a baby? Somewhat, yeah. I wasn't there for the first 12 years.
I don't know.
Yeah, I wasn't there. My
Also,
wife did most of the raising, so
yeah, speech was delayed too.
speech. Yeah.
It's not really his speech. It's just she couldn't pronounce it.
Yeah, Michaela was not necessarily speech. She just couldn't pronounce like certain words and stuff. You know.
Yeah. So now we got therapy every week.
What, speech therapy?
Speech therapy or physical therapy?
We got speech and physical.
So how does the progression rate work with you guys? I mean, under that condition, like.
As far as the females go, well, I'm the carrier, so it's like flip the coin. And that's why I stopped having any kids, because if I have more, then there's a chance they're going to pass it on. So the females pass it on, the males could. And then it's just, yeah, one of those.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a carrier.
So,
My
and I
wife's
think
a carrier, so I really feel
for
you there.
males, they get the 50 or 60 age.
What, for it to show up if you have it, or
No, to possibly like life expectancy.
Oh, wow.
that's it. Oh, I got you.
What is the female? You cut out on all that. I didn't hear any of it.
Oh, for females, it's ours is a little different. It's more heart and slow progression.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
So, in your testing, did you find out any other types of mutations that have doctors watching you for other things?
We just found out the Beckers for 3 of my kids, and then my daughter, she was born deaf, but that comes from her dad's side, so that's another mutation she takes on. Then she'll pass that on.
I got you. Like, well, Michaela, ours was she got the cardiomyopathy from me, which is congestive heart failure. So naturally, with a muscle deterioration, now they have to monitor her heart every 6 months. Now that we found out that, so it just makes it like 4 times worse. But as far as Becker's go, what does it focus on? Like, as far as that type of muscular dystrophy, what does it focus on?
Let me see if I move. It's breaking up on me. I don't know if my connection or what's going on.
I can hear you. I can hear you now.
There goes my connection.
There you are. You're still here.
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay.
Yeah.
It must be the house.
It might be. As far as what we know that limb-girdle focuses on like the arms, the thighs, hands, and stuff like that. But what does Becker's primarily focus on as a deterioration process or the progressive deterioration, the wasting process?
As far as we go, like the women or
No, just Becker's in
children,
general.
men.
Becker's.
Well, ours is more the heart. It'll deteriorate. So yeah, we do the testing every 5 years, and for the boys, it's once. That's why we visit Nationwide Children's.
Oh, I got you. I mean, I've heard a little about the hospital, not too familiar with it. We use Levine's here in Charlotte, the Children's Center at Levine's, from Michaela, and they're an excellent hospital. They're the ones that actually got my wife to get in touch with Iowa State University about pursuing further research and trying to find a cure for muscular dystrophy. And that's who primarily we at Smile Pain. That's what we shoot for. Is all of our big events, all the donations are going to Iowa State University to reopen their genetics research facilities. That's our main goal, aside from spreading awareness about muscular dystrophy itself.
Yeah, they have a research program here in Ohio that you can go and do as an adult, and then you can take that and test further to see. Well, my parents haven't been tested either, so we're still guessing because my parents carried it and passed it on, or am I the first, makeup of it all?
Right. I mean, so does Becker's have like early onset, or you're just born with it?
Well, it varies. It's kind of weird because one of my children totally different, and then the other one, it just varies. That's what we can't figure out.
Right. So I know I'm just bombarding you with questions because I'm so interested. It's very rare that we get people on here that are willing to talk about their condition, and that's my main goal is get people that have muscular dystrophy together, not just so that they know that we're out here, we're in North Carolina, but we're fighting to find a cure, like literally doing podcasts.
Yeah,
Q4u,
they told me.
We are really pushing the muscular dystrophy awareness movement really, really hard. And our main focus, I'm not sure if you've heard of it or not, but have you heard of genetic alteration?
There it goes, cutting out on me.
If you missed anything I said, please tell me. I'll repeat it. No problem.
There goes TikTok. I need to shut down that app.
Yeah, so have you heard of genetic alteration?
The alterations, like, like you mean like them messing with the makeup of it all, or is that something I've never heard of that?
Yeah, so
no, they cannot. For us, they can't.
They can't?
Oh, wow.
It's like basically set in stone. You have 45 to 51 missing. We can't get the steroids. We can't do this. There's no help. Now, I know for other muscular dystrophy, like stuff, there's like things they can help with, but.
Well, that's the biggest problem I'm facing. Like with muscular dystrophy, like all you ever hear about is Duchenne's, subtype 2A and 2B. That's all you ever hear about. You'll never hear about 2S or 2N or none of these smaller group types. And like my daughter's number 13 in the world that's actually been diagnosed. So with the rarity there, it makes it one, we've got more of an open door to try new things versus someone that has already had the door closed on them. And I'm pretty sure that even with Becker's, there is an option somewhere. There is an option.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of raising enough noise about it and getting the right people involved. Like we started our TikTok for Smiles to the Pain about a month and a half ago. And within a week, the green wave took over TikTok. Like everybody was dropping green hearts for awareness. everybody was, trying to make sure that somebody they knew about genetic testing. I had one guy in Russia bring 35 people to his house and make them watch the podcast. So, I mean, the awareness movement is strong, and it's so strong that I've had numerous. I'm pretty sure you've heard of Sarepta out of New Jersey, the research facility. They're doing testing and module on subtype 2A for a cure. They won't touch anything else. But there's another one, Nepico, I think it's the name of that company. These big companies are calling me like, "Oh, you found a cure for muscular dystrophy." I'm like, "No, I didn't." That's what we're trying to do, though. But then they start talking about how much money you're going to send us, and I'm just like, no, not going to happen.
It's expensive.
It is. But one of the benefits that I think we gain in the whole situation, like I said, we found out 2 years ago, Michaela was just when she got diagnosed with muscular dystrophy, and the best neurologist she had retired after her first visit. He is the only one that kept it all the way real with me and told me what was going on. He was going to Iowa State to teach genetics research and development at Iowa State University right before they shut the program down. He took all of my daughter's biopsies with our permission, all of her blood work to study this rare type, and they shut it down. They orphaned it. It's done. They're not going to fund it. The government's not going to fund it. It has to come from private sector, whatever. So my goal is to, like I said, to get him back in action. He's got all my daughter's stuff, and from all the people I talked to, whether it was Jessica up there in New Jersey with Cameron's Cure, I'm not sure if you heard of them, another nonprofit out of New Jersey, or Carol Abraham, who's over the Muscular Dystrophy Awareness Foundation, Jill with A Peek into Jill's Journey on Facebook. I've gotten in touch with all these people, and I've been comparing notes, as far as from birth to 12, because that's as far as I could go with my daughter, birth to 15, of what was going on, whether it was similar. And it's like I found so many similarities in all of it that there's only one little thing that separates Becker's from Duchenne's or Duchenne's from LGMD or whatever. Very, very small separation there. So my guess is that they find a cure for one, they're going to find a cure for all of them. But I don't even think they're going to find the cure in the most popular one. They're going to find the cure in one of the most rare ones, whether it's 2S or 2N or 2P, something like that. One of the more rare ones. That's where they're going to find the cure at, and it's going to be a cure for everybody. I firmly believe that.
I wish there was.
Well, that's what we're working on. That's our goal. We don't get on the podcast and on TikTok. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. We're on everything. Smiles to the Pain, constantly raising awareness. And we're not seeking out funding, because the type of funding we need is not going to come from your ordinary follower or average citizen. It's not going to come that way.
No.
I started my nonprofit back in February, March of this year, and we had this right when COVID started. So we already had big events scheduled. We was going to raise over $400,000, $500,000, just to give the Iowa State University, say, let's go. We got it coming, and we got shut down, constantly. Either people's politics didn't align with everybody else's politics or something else. And then that's where I get mad, and I send a bunch of hateful emails saying, well, it's not about your politics, it's about these people with this disease. So, let's put the politics aside, let's put the religious beliefs aside, all that stuff aside, and let's just follow the vision. And the vision is to find a cure for this disease, and that's been my biggest pitfall. And what I've needed more than anything is people like yourself to show up, because I can say Michaela Strong all day long, put my daughter on here, and everybody's gonna swear I'm running a scam, or I'm just scamming people for money, or this, that, and the third. But when I've got numerous people coming in and showing, like, look, I've got it, and more people are getting tested, and they're finding out that this is a real thing, and it's a thing that needs to be dealt with, then the better chances we have of getting that big funding that we're going to need to get the process started again, That's basically where we're at right now. It's just biding time, waiting on this COVID stuff to kind of die down to where we can really open up and get our resources intact to make a big move on this. Go ahead, Robert. I've done ran my mouth. I'm out of air.
Oh, that's fine. I was talking about on my live here. We had another lady jump in with multiple sclerosis.
Right. It's not the same. A lot of people
No.
compare MS and MD, and
Yeah.
you can't compare the two together because they're not the same. They're two completely different genetic disorders.
Yeah, I was just explaining on my live here.
I've got that too, so just add it to the list.
Oh wow!
Oh my God.
Yeah, but
I didn't know until I had back problems, and they did an X-ray, and they're like, "Yeah, your spine is curving." I'm like, "Oh, yay! Let's start this." So
do you have a good pinky or anything?
Everything, it hurts. My muscles hurt. Everything hurts.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure. Like, I don't know how y'all go through it. Like, even as a father looking at my child, I don't know how she deals with it. You're familiar with CPK levels and all that stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah.
In fact, that's one of the questions I did want to ask you, because we talk about CPKs on here all the time. At your last checkup, what was your level?
I am not sure. They told me mine was extremely high. I'd have to go back and look at the papers, and then all my kids, we all had the same exact, like, to the T.
Really? Wow. Michaela's broke a world record. Hers was over 600,000. The first time she got tested, if I'm quoting my wife correctly, it was like at 3,000, when it should be between a 6 and a 131. And then the second time was over 5,000. And then this last time it was over 600,000. And the doctor kind of gave me, it's pretty bad. And I don't know how she smiles through it all. That's why I named my company what I did, Smiles Through the Pain. I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know how you guys can actually sit there and smile, knowing it takes, like 71 muscles to smile. How do you do it? I mean, what? Like, I just don't get it. And the only thing I can get, and to logically as a sound thinking individual, is that I know that with my daughter's subtype, it affects her comprehension to a degree. And I'm wondering, in my mind, if she can even comprehend what pain is. Because when the doctor tells me that, he tells me, shatter every bone in your body, throw you in a bag and roll you down a hill, that's what she's going through. I'm like, well, huh? I can't even think about that.
Well, like, I went through a couple years ago, and I'll just put it this way: I had my ribs broke, and the pain, I didn't really feel it. So,
oh wow,
that's exactly what I was talking about with Michaela. She can fall and like bust herself up and get up and walk off like nothing, but a little pinprick or something, it's just excruciating to her. It's weird.
You have to watch them. Even my youngest, she's 3, and she'll go up to the stove and she'll try to touch it, and she doesn't feel the pain. And I'm like, "What are you doing? You don't feel that?" She laughs.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Michaela's the same way in that context. You think so, babe? Yeah, my wife says Michaela's kind of the same way in that context. Like, I don't think she comprehends pain.
Like, I fall and trip into everything, and it's just like, I got another bruise. Like,
wow.
So with Becker's, does yours affect you? Like, I'll give you an example with Michaela. Like with hers, like her brain will fire synapse to her nerves, to her muscles in her legs, to take a step, like go up a set of steps, and that synapse will actually kick back a positive response saying that the muscle completed the job and it lifted the leg high enough for her to make that step. But in reality, the muscles aren't strong enough, so it's a miscalculation, and she ends up falling. She trips herself and falls. Is that kind of the same thing that you guys go through if you're not very, very careful about it?
yeah, let's just say, I've broken a few things because I just it's like my ankle twist, or I'll just totally like lose my balance, and I'm like, yeah, this is a mistake, but I don't realize it half the time.
How are you at getting in and out of vehicles?
If I'm in there too long, even for about a half hour, everything starts cramping up. It hurts, and then I'm like struggling to get out. Like, can somebody just pull my legs and like stretch them out for me? Like, yeah, neighbors are like, okay, she's hauling around again.
Yeah, so you can physically, even in your children, you can physically see when the day's over with, pretty much. Like
Sometimes,
they just
yeah, day. I'm
they
just
just had
like,
enough. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of similarities there, as far as what you're going through and what Michaela kind of goes through. Does Becker's affect like schooling comprehension or anything like that?
what is it? I'm sorry.
Like comprehension in school, like mathematics and reading
Oh,
comprehension.
I am partially dyslexic, so yeah, I had all sorts of problems in school and like concentration. I was tired. I had sleep issues. So do my kids.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's no joke. So
Oh,
they're
I'm
on
sure.
medication for too.
Well, that's the only thing that with Michaela we haven't done yet is certain medications because of her age. Um, my wife really shies away from that, this day and time, especially with
Right.
narcotics and things of that nature. But like even still, I don't see how she does it without some type of aid or assistance.
Hard because arrested.
Yeah, I mean, my daughter stays. If you let her, she'll stay up all dang night and get up at 7 o'clock in the morning. 8 o'clock in the morning. And act like it ain't nothing. But then there's some days it's like an on and off thing with her. Like she'll have 2 good days and then it's like 5 or 6 bad days.
Right.
It's just an off and on thing, and it makes it really hard to place how she's feeling.
Yeah, like some of my lives, I'll get on TikTok and then I'm like for a minute and I'm like, man, I got to try to get up because things are like cramping up and I'm like, don't mind me.
Right, right. So I'm trying to think. I'm so glad you came on. And I just had so many questions to bombard you with, like because any avenue of information for me is a plus to help me spread that information, and to compare that information to my child and what's going on with her, because like I said, her subtype is so rare, nobody knows anything about it, and I can't talk to anybody that has it, so it kind of makes 13 people in the world. How am I going to find these 13 people?
Right.
and that's
Yeah,
why you haven't found what?
we haven't found too many people around here that have it either, so we're kind of out of the loop.
Are you on Facebook and like Beyond Limitations or
I
anything like that?
used to be on Facebook, but it just became more of your child faking this and just it became more dramatic than anything.
Oh, trust me. We went through it with my wife's family. They actually said Michaela was fine, and we were scamming people for money. So I mean, her own
Right.
family said that. But at the same time, there are
Yeah.
some groups. There are some groups. If you'll find me on Facebook at Smiles Through the Pain, and look at my group listings, Beyond Limb Girdle, Beyond Limitations, Exceeding Limits. That is
Okay.
a muscular dystrophy awareness group. Everybody, just about
Okay.
everybody in the group has or knows somebody that has muscular dystrophy. Um, Carol Abraham or Jill Millington, when she comes on the show from time to time, she has subtype 2A. She's in a wheelchair. Jill's Journey on Facebook. She is an amazing activist. She's the ambassador for her state for Muscular Dystrophy Awareness Day. And Carol Abraham, I can actually give you her phone number.
Okay.
She is over Muscular Dystrophy Awareness Day or Association, excuse me, the actual group that created the day. And they just got their ambassadorship for Indiana this year. and I put in for North Carolina, and COVID shut that down. So we're not
Right.
processing paperwork. So we have people that are actually working angles, whether they're top priority people or just regular average Joe citizens. Because you wouldn't believe the family that we put together. Me and Robert didn't even know each other a month ago, and now he's like my brother, and he gave me his podcast to start with, and now I've got my own podcast, and we shoot the same podcast from my stream together at the same time. So we're casting on 4 or 5 platforms right now. Facebook, you're on Facebook right now. On my page, you're on my Sponsor the Pain page, you're on my Truck Club page, you're on Q4u and Sponsor the Pain YouTube channel right now. So you can always go back and watch the video, subscribe or whatever. But the biggest thing is getting more people like yourself involved, because in fact, you got people commenting from Facebook, from YouTube right now. Luke just commented, thanks for sharing information with the world. 3 weeks.
That was for me. Yes, Luke, I'm still saying 3 weeks. I'm sorry.
So people actually ask questions on here, and people actually are curious about the disease itself. So when it's not just me on here popping questions because I'm a dad and my child has it, but you also have other people that we are getting very interested in this particular condition and what it entails.
Oh, I can show you. I have like my son, he's 7 now, and I'll show you a picture of him and how he writes. Like, this is also one of the, let me see if I can open it up. It's a ladybug he made, but he was so proud of it. But this was one of our big signs, if I can open it back up, of how he writes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, and then the funniest thing ever, he made me a gingerbread man, but it came out looking like an alien. So he even has cutting and stuff. Not so good.
Oh,
But
wow.
it's cute.
So it affects his coordination skills for his motor skills.
Definitely. Coordination, it affects every aspect for him, especially being a male.
Oh, I got you.
But
Wow.
his 17-year-old brother is completely opposite, kind of strong, but he's clumsy. So we have 2 different. But our biggest thing is we're wondering if my younger son, since he has a different dad, does his dad have muscular dystrophy too? If that's
Right.
why his symptoms are so much stronger and so much more severe than the older.
Yeah, he might be a carrier. You never know. He might be a carrier for muscular dystrophy. For a while there, people were telling. Well, I had a person that went to a doctor and about their child, and she had brought up that that I was a carrier for muscular dystrophy, and the doctor told her to her face, men don't carry muscular dystrophy. And I'm like, what? I got paperwork, blood work says that otherwise,
Right.
And my wife literally handed that doctor her tail end back to her and like chewed up pieces, because like you're supposed to be a professional at this and you're telling somebody a complete misinformation,
Right.
Luke,
That's
the guy I was,
get a hold of his dad. So if we could get a hold of his dad to get him tested, I don't think he will, because situation's a little bit chaotic, I'll put it that way. But that they said it's so rare, if but it might open a book up. So
that is true.
the other night on live when I was talking to you about my co-host lives in Dayton, Ohio, and you said
Yeah.
you might know him. He just
Right.
commented and said, "Hey, I know her."
Which one? It's crazy because I've met so many people that are local, and I'm like, you knew me? Like,
It's all in all, it's a good thing. It's a good thing we're trying to do here.
right. Yeah, that's what I'm like. I'm looking for people to connect with, give them, because Ohio, it's kind of nice because they have a program to where kids with any type of disability gets funding of up to $2,000 a year, and they can buy
Really?
pull-ups, diapers, equipment from the doctor. You know, as long as they get a note and stuff.
Right. Yeah. We're always looking for a new program because even the MDA center doesn't give us exactly what we want or need. It's
Yeah, I
really
got
just
the book for the MDA.
so we always, you're welcome on the show anytime. I'd like to get you and Jill on here at the same time, if possible, or Ben Yelp. He's another person that has a bunch of just trying to get on, and just to kind of get us all together, And I'm trying to have an advocate in every state. I like to have an advocate in every state that I can say, hey, we're doing this on this day, whether it's not necessarily a march or a rally or something. We're going to do it nationwide, and we're going to raise such a big stink about it that the government's going to have to do something. That's what I'm shooting for.
Because we were trying for disability, and they totally denied that.
Oh, I'm sure. That's one thing we haven't even approached yet with Michaela, is the disability level, because I don't have time to deal with the rejections when, I'm a contractor. I build handicap accessibles every week, for my construction company. But like with Michaela, everything she's got, she needs right here. Everything she needs, she's got.
That's nice.
So I don't need disability to cover her for anything. Albeit when I feel like retiring, that might be the time to go ahead and get disability. Because honestly, like even the way me and Megan look at it, my wife, Michaela's never going to be able to hold a job. It's not going to happen. It's her comprehension. Like she can't count change. She's about to be 15.
Right.
If I hand her a bucket full of change, she's not going to be able to count it. Even just a small handful. I tell her to bring me a quarter. She brings me 2 nickels. I brought her 2 quarters. Didn't learn how to tie her shoes till she was 12. Now she can't even pick up an 18-month-old little baby or a little sister. She can't pick up a little sister. And so I know she's not going to be lifting requirement-wise, standing requirement-wise. She's not going to be able to hold a job. It's just not going to work.
Definitely not easy. I've tried jobs doing the whole single mom thing. It's tough. Like,
oh, I'm absolutely sure it's tough. I mean, I'm not in that situation. The closest I ever got to that situation, I broke my neck 2 years ago in a car wreck, and I had what they call Peyton Manning syndrome, where every single nerve in my body died and had to reconstruct itself. And that's where I went from. That's the only way I can kind of compare myself to what Michaela was going through, was because I literally couldn't pick up this pen because my muscles were not firing to my nerves were not firing to my muscles like they were supposed to, because I broke my neck. It broke the nerve center, and I literally had to build that back up and go through a whole process to get to where I'm at today, even though I'm half the man I used to be. I feel weaker. I feel weaker. I can't get out in the field and dig a 30-foot ditch in 25, 30 minutes anymore. It take me 3 or 4 hours. I can't do it. I'm only 35 years old.
You're younger than me.
Yeah, I'm only 35, and sometimes I feel like I'm 65. But mentally, I've got it there to know that like I can do it. And then I look at my daughter. Mentally, she doesn't have it there to know that she can do it, or that she. How do I put that? I think Michaela looks at it, if she tells herself it's not real, then it doesn't exist. And so she tries to live every day like that, even if it hurts her. She'll tell the doctor or the physical therapist. They'll say, "Are you in pain today?" She's like, "No." They say, "You're lying. You're lying. I know you are. Your blood work says otherwise." So it makes me wonder, like, if that's going to be the mainstay for her, trying to remain on her feet and out of that wheelchair. It's just like it doesn't exist.
Yeah, we have a wheelchair. My son just is so strong-headed. He's like, "Mom, let me use it sometimes, but I don't want to do this."
Well, that was my biggest thing. Like last week was really tough because everybody was telling me, by 16 she'll probably be in a wheelchair, and I'm like, no, she won't. This is my kid. Nah, it's not happening. I'm not gonna let it happen. And they fitted her for a wheelchair last week, even though it's just one for like grocery stores and stuff like that. And everybody's like, oh, it's the helper, it's the helper. And I'm like, honestly, it only helps in one way, and that's if she's starting to move around. But mentally, it doesn't help her at all because she already feels different. She feels left out. She feels like she's that weird person nobody wants to deal with because she can't do TikToks right, or can't dance, or can't play basketball, or ride her bike for more than 3 minutes without having to stop. She already feels different. So how much more different is she going to feel when she has to use that chair? How is that going to affect the 15-year-old mind? That's how I look at it, and that's what's had me stressed out for the last week, dealing with the fact that I wonder what my daughter's thinking about as far as, oh, cool, she got to pick her own color. That's cool, but it's still a wheelchair. It lowers her status. That's just how I look at it as a person. Like if I were to go to an event, an LGMD event, and host an event, speak at whatever, and I knew everybody in there was going to be in a wheelchair, I would literally get a wheelchair and roll myself in there just so I'm equal as everybody else. That's how I look at it, because I believe all humans are equal, regardless of religion, faith, politics, whatever. We're all equal. We all deserve to be loved. We all deserve to be respected for who we are as people, period. And it doesn't matter if you have cancer, you have Alzheimer's, or you have any other type of disease, whatever it is, you are equal to me and I am equal to you, regardless of our social status or whatever. And that's where I look at a child, these children coming up with these diseases, and it's like, what's going through their head? They don't think they're equal, even if you tell them, oh, you're cool, whatever. They still don't think that. What do they think about at night? When they lay down and go to sleep. It's really a melting pot of information that just sucks to think about.
Yeah.
There's just so much.
Come on, phone.
Well, we really appreciate it. Everybody's saying thank you for sharing your story with us, and they say you are a very strong person. And
Thank
we
you.
usually shut them down about an hour. We really appreciate you being here. You are
I'm
more
sorry,
than
I
welcome back
ran my mouth
anytime.
like it had legs. I mean, my bad.
You're more than welcome to come back anytime. Just let us know.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
We really appreciate you coming on and sharing your story.
Make sure you look us up on Facebook, Smiles Through the Pain. Look us up on Facebook. Look us up on Instagram, TikTok. I'm on TikTok, LGMD_warrior_family, FTCT. Find the cure together. That's a big one. That's a big one. But if you put in LGMD, it should pop up. Or Smiles Through the Pain. That's also one of our accounts. But we're on TikTok. We're everywhere. I've got videos up. I'd love for you to duet one of Michaela's videos. That'd be awesome. She's got another soldier out there fighting the same battle she is. She gets a lot of support from TikTok for people like yourself and like other people that actually care, that scream Michaela strong, or much as you're wearing this, drop green hearts in their feeds. They duet her videos. It really gives her a sense of belonging to something important. And I think that's the best thing for any of us, or any of you that are in a situation where it makes you feel different from everybody else.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to end it like I always do. Be a champion. If not for somebody else, do it for yourself. And this is q4u. I'll be me. You be you. Till next time. We'll see you later, guys.
thank you.
No, she already left.
Yeah, let me end it real quick. Let me end it.